Well, the Pepsi, their bottling company brings us the Pepsi Patrol as they're working the streets here. We're going to try to distribute some product all the way up and down the parade route, and they're again moving that Pepsi Edge, which is supposed to have 50% less sugar and 50% fewer carbs. So we all know how important that is to people now. So go get a Pepsi Patrol, brought to us by the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company.
You know, if the riders on this float that's coming up here had their way, the parade route would certainly be smoke-free. Sponsored by the Association for Better Community Development with funding from the Ohio Tobacco Use and Prevention Foundation. The float is called Champions Don't Smoke While Driving or Riding. This float, by the way, got the Mayor's Award for Best Animation. Riding on the float are the young finalists in the association's Don't Smoke poster contest, with some of their great artwork displayed around them. Thanks to the Association for Better Community Development, a nonprofit organization serving Stark County for a fine entry in this year's Hoover Grand Parade.
What a wonderful message for the kids who are watching this parade. Well, let's talk about Cleveland's WB55. A couple of cool vehicles that they've sent to the parade. Leading the pack is the Watch the Frog event van. Some of the stars seen on WB. Annie Keith, Al McCammer are on there, co-hosts of Cleveland's #1 Saturday morning show, which comes on at 6 a.m., Heart to Heart with Annie and Al. Right behind the WB van, we've got that 47, that Studebaker truck. Neil, Allie, and their mascot, Michigan J. Frog, are coming along for the ride. And I didn't think anything in Ohio was called Michigan J. anything. That's kind of a dirty word down here.
It seems sacrilegious, doesn't it?
Thanks to Cleveland's WB55.
Here comes another unique float entitled Special Olympians. Our champions proudly sponsored by State Farm Insurance. On board today, we have Bob and Rhea, a husband and wife couple, who have just come back from the Ohio State competition in Columbus. Look at all the medals. You can see them around their necks right there. They earned during the Olympic Games. Congratulations to them. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there providing insurance and financial services. And we should say this beautiful float we're looking at right now is the winner of the Enshrinees Award for Best Use of Color. And indeed they have. Congratulations to them.
Well, we love our bands in a parade, and this is the Manchester High School band from Akron, Ohio. Now, they're from Franklin Township, which is a suburb of Akron with a population of just 8,000. Nathan Sensabaugh is the director of this band, and they've been a part of the Hoover Grand Parade for many, many years. They've also marched down at Walt Disney World in Orlando, the State Fair Parade many times in Columbus. So the Marching Panthers, welcome to Canton.
Looking very smart in their uniforms. This next lovely float is brought to us by the Habitat for Humanity of Greater Canton in partnership with the Canton JCs, entitled Every Volunteer is a Champion. It proudly displays the partnership that is alive and well in the Canton community. You know, it takes a lot of good people, money, and faith, really, to create a simple, decent place to live. And through their champions, who are volunteers, families, and sponsors, Habitat continues to provide the opportunity, which is so important. A real big thank you to the Habitat for Humanity and the Canton JCs. By the way, this has been awarded exceptional merit.
And again, you can see the continuing theme of honoring our champions. Well, this is Miss Muffet's Walking Spider, brought to us by Frito-Lay and Fisher's Foods. And now I know why Miss Muffet was a little bit frightened here. Although I have to say, as far as spiders go, that's not a really scary one.
No, he's got a nice smile for us.
Frito-Lay is proud to be America's favorite salty snack company, and they're proud to align themselves with Fisher Foods in bringing the Spider to us here today, and they want to congratulate the 4 inductees into the Hall of Fame and our champions. So thank you to Frito-Lay and Fisher Foods.
Here comes the marching band from Sandy Valley High School in Magnolia. The band is marching 68 members strong under the direction of Jeffrey Wilson. It's a military-style group sporting its classic red, gray, and white summer uniforms. They march in every Pro Football Hall of Fame Festival Grand Parade and took 3rd place in the Battle of the Bands competition back in 1999. The high school here can boast that Vince Costello is one of their graduates. Costello, a former Cleveland Brown, was defensive coordinator for the undefeated 1972 Miami Dolphins. Let's listen and enjoy.
Well, it's time to welcome our next Hall of Famer, Carl Eller of the Minnesota Vikings, number 81. You remember that defensive line of the Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, over his 16-year career, playing alongside Alan Page, another native of Canton and Hall of Famer. Carl Eller, in 225 games, was a spectacular all-pro player for 5 years, a Pro Bowler 6 years, and Carl Eller joins the illustrious group here in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Alongside is his son Regis, who will be his presenter, and what a proud moment this must be for old number 81, Carl Eller. I played across from Carl a number of times, and he's in the right spot. He's most definitely a Hall of Fame.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes a living symbol of the Old West, the Wells Fargo Stagecoach, driven by David Helmuth. Over 90 years ago, Wells Fargo arrived in Canton behind the snorting iron horses of the Baltimore and Ohio and Wheeling and Lake Erie railroads. Agent F.A. Ungerschik tackled every business opportunity that passed 122 North Walnut Street. A little bit of history there for you. In today's parade, the 4-horsepower Wells Fargo Stagecoach rushes a line of scrimmage going for mileage, not yardage here, thanks to manager Anthony Springer. Thank you for being here.
I like a well-dressed penguin, and that's what Kent State University's Stark campus has brought us, a penguin with top hat and tails. Kent State Stark, again, has opportunities for over 4,000 students, and also working professionals benefit from a lot of the classes at Kent State Stark. It's a real cultural resource here in Stark County, and we'd like to thank them for bringing our penguin to us today. And that is a nappy penguin, if I've seen it.
It's different. You know, in Stark County, meeting planners can find facilities as diverse as the Canton Memorial Civic Center, the Kent Stark Professional Education and Conference Center, the Executive Event Center, and numerous hotel meeting venues in which to hold their conferences and conventions. And Stark County offers a wide variety of convention service suppliers to make any meeting memorable. We are going to go to a quick break here now, but do come back with us for the wonderful Hoover Grand Parade.